I can say with confidence that betta keepers go above and beyond for these little fish. I can't explain it, but we go completely crazy for these little fish and do everything we can to give them the best life possible. I'm certainly guilty of taking things a bit far, but what can I say? I love them. So with that in mind, what's something that every betta tank should have? Live plants. And today, I'm going to give you my top 3 live plants for betta tanks. The first on the list is Anubias Caladifolia. Most people think of Anubias as being pretty small, but the Caladifolia definitely aren't. This plant gets really big leaves, which are perfect for bettas. They can hide under or they can rest on top of them. With Anubias, you're going to attach them to a rock or a piece of driftwood. You can do this with thread or aquascaping glue, and once they get going, they'll spread out. Anubias is also one of the easiest plants to keep in the entire hobby because they require little to no maintenance and do well under almost any lighting. John has said it before, and I agree. That's a rare thing. Keeping Anubias is almost as easy as keeping plastic plants. Just don't expect them to fill up your tank really fast. They grow pretty slow, but it's totally worth it. Next is the Hydrophila coryambosa compact. This is another large leaf plant that's super deep green, easy to keep, and grows much faster than Anubias. The cool thing about Hydrophila is the plant will send out side shoots that will grow into full plants themselves. So you have a plant that'll reproduce like crazy, giving you a bunch of free plants. Well, in all honesty, all plants do that. But these, a lot of times, John will have to cut them back before shipping them out to customers because he doesn't want people to take them out of the bag and say, wow, these things are out of control. I mean, I don't know anyone that would complain about getting extra plants for free, but hey, he's picky, what can I say? This is a plant that you'll plant in your substrate in the middle of the tank because they're not going to get huge, but they'll fill in really nicely. Like the Anubias, the big leaves will give your fish something to explore. It's super cute to watch. The last is my personal favorite, and it's actually 2. I originally wanted to do just 3 plants, but these 2 are very similar, so I just decided to put them together and count them as 1. It's the Cryptocoryne and the Cryptocoryne. I may or may not have said that correctly, but I think you know what I mean. Like I said, these 2 plants have very similar leaves. It's the stems that are different. The Cryptocoryne is going to be a taller plant that the leaves will grow all the way up to the top of the tank, while the Cryptocoryne will be similar, just not as tall. Both of these plants are easy to keep and grow really well under good lighting, but they don't require some super expensive high-tech light. The light you already have will be just fine. There's something that's talked about a lot with crypts, and that's the fact that they'll melt when you put them in your tank. I promise you, I'm not saying this just because we sell them, but this is something we don't experience often with crypts from Tropica. I'm not saying it's never happened, I'm just saying it's rare. I mean, look at the tank in our plant room full of crypts that have been in there for weeks. They don't look like they're melting to me. But here's the thing. Maybe you get some of these, or you get crypts anywhere, and this happens to you. Don't panic. They'll bounce back. Just cut them back and leave them alone. Before you know it, you'll have a full plant that looks like these. So there you go, Anubias Caladifolia, Hydrophila compact, and crypts. Those are, in my opinion, the best plants for your betta tank. Obviously, we'd love for you to order these plants from us, but if you don't want to, the good thing is they're available pretty much anywhere, so you won't have any problem finding them. If you get these plants, I promise your betta will love them, and you will too. What are your favorite plants in your betta tanks? Put them down in the comment section below while you're down there clicking that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.